Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to Agri OC. It is day 5 of spring, is it not? It is, and there's several things going on. Let's take a look and let's sort some things out on this map. This is a new map for us. We've spent almost 200 hours on the Western Shore, and I've really gotten used to playing that map. We need to get used to playing another map now. So, we've got grass. It is late spring, and our grass is still, it's not ready to harvest. We could harvest it if we wanted to, but we'd only get half growth. I did go ahead and fertilize. So we've got double fert now on field 11, 12, and 17. That's all we'll be able to get for first cut, because once it goes to orange, we won't be able to fertilize it anymore. And our wheat and our, let's turn this off. Our wheat and our canola are, I don't even think they've germinated yet. This is a different climate than the Western Shore. And then field 18, we have that held back. We're going to put corn in there. What else is going on? Animals. When we look at our animals, here we are. We're making a pig every day and a half. I feel like when we had 25 pigs on the Western Shore, we were making like 2 or 3 pigs a day. I think that's a pretty generous geomod when it comes to animal reproduction. Now, I don't know if this is going to ramp up in the summer or if this is a fixed rate. In other words, at 24 pigs, I mean, we will get more as time goes on. But I don't know if this is going to change between spring and summer or if 24 pigs would always give us a pig every 40 hours. Unknown. But, yeah, that's a little concerning. I don't know if we're going to have any of those 100,000 euro a day days selling pigs like we did. And then the other thing is, I thought, well, we need some money right now. We're a little bit light. We can always just come down here and sell some of our crops in the silos. We don't have any. Yeah, that is a moment of panic because I was going to use that to feed the pigs. We have another 2,000 liters of pig food, but that's 2,000 a pop to buy those pallets. So I don't know what we're going to feed our pigs. I mean, it cuts both ways because if we start making a lot of pigs, then that means we can be selling them, right, and making a lot of money, and so the food pays for itself. But until we have those pigs to sell, we have to pay for pig food out of our own pocket. So we've got 13 pallets of apples in here. Well, that's not really a pallet. That's a crate. We've got 13 crates of apples in here. And all of that consumed about 25% of what we put on the trees for manure and water. So what that tells me is we'll get 4 crates per feeding and watering. I don't know if that's per season or if they'll continue making apples through the summer and fall. I don't know how exactly that works out. I used to know. I think I used to know, but I have forgotten. So we'll strap these down, and then we will very carefully raise our sideboard there. Let's take these out to the ciderie and get them sold. See what we get for them. I don't even know, man. I don't know. I feel like this is a really hard economy in this geomod. It's okay. We'll take it. We like challenges. So here we go. Carefully. What else is going on? I did get rid of the Coda Universal trailer. Even though we had the smallest one, it still felt a little too big. So I went ahead and got rid of that. And I got the little Aquatrans. I wanted to say Aqualiner, but it's the Aquatrans. It's 7,300 liters. It's smaller. It's not small compared to the Coda Universal. And I think that's because the Coda Universal really wasn't that big. It was the smallest one in that pack. But it's just a very tight map. And I was bumping a few walls last episode. I don't like doing that. That's not a realistic way to play. So if the equipment is too big to get around comfortably, then we'll make it smaller. We'll go with smaller equipment. So carefully, speaking of scraping walls, we'll very carefully get right through here and head out to the ciderie. Once you're on this side of the map, it is fairly quick to get around. But getting from the store to this side of the map, or getting from here to the grain cell, the dairy, things like that, it can be, it can take a minute. It's a small map. It's only a quarter of a card, but it can be a little cumbersome getting around. We'll get into that later too. I swapped out, well, I bought some other equipment. And when we get to the farm, I'll tell you why I did that, rather than leasing it. Right, so our turn is here. Right there. There it is. So we'll turn up here, and we'll get these sold. Yeah, I'm unsure of what kind of economy we're gonna have on this map. I hope it's a good one, of course, but I think I don't know if we're ever gonna get rich. I think we're always gonna struggle on this map. I'm kind of okay with that. You know, there's hobby farms in real life. Maybe there's hobby farms. Do we turn here? No, that's the dairy. There are hobby farms in real life. Maybe there can be hobby farms in SimWorld as well, where you never really make a lot of money. You just have fun and play with tractors. So the first building here, that is the egg sale. And then down a ways is where we sell apples. Let's see how we do. I'm curious. What do we have? We have 8,300 euro right now. Let's look for a trigger here. I see some crates. There we go. We're selling. 2,300 euro. Well, if that was 1/4 of the water and manure that we put on the plants, on the trees rather, then we'll get 10,000 per fill, per service of the orchard. And I don't know how many times per year we can bring those apples in, but let's say 2 or 3 times, 20,000, 30,000 a year. I mean, I'll take it. And it's not super intensive, like to water. You just go up there and water. And I think 1 trailer load of manure, or 1 Unimog load of manure, was enough to get all the trees. So yeah, that could be, I don't know, a nice little passive income stream. But I do wonder how we're going to do economically. Right, nothing to do but press on. Something else we're going to need to sort out, I'm just thinking about this, when I realized there were no crops in the silos, there couldn't be potatoes in there. And there might be like loose potatoes in a shed somewhere, but that's unlikely. I don't think I've ever seen a map that starts you with loose potatoes. But I'm going to have to find a mod and see if we can buy pallets of potatoes, because I don't know that's really a direction we want to go in. You know, as far as potatoes. Get rid of these straps. It's so expensive to get them out of the ground, and if we're not making that big Western Shore pig money, you know what I mean? Then I don't know if it's a good idea. I'd rather just buy the potatoes that we need to top off the pig food. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, here's what we got going on for equipment. I did buy a Kverneland mower. That's going to be tricky to get into fields. I would have rather gone with a front mower, but this tractor does not have front hydraulics. So I needed to go with something that the Agrostar, the Unimog, and the Fiat could all trail. Went with this thing. Mods. Man, I'll tell you what. You never know with mods. You never know what you're getting. This thing says it draws 100 horsepower. I don't know. And it holds 19,000 liters. We'll see how it does once we get it hooked up. We can always swap it out for something else. And then this front loader on here, this is the one that we started with on day 1, maybe day 2, but this thing's a little goofy. The only way to get it off is you have to press it down till the front wheels of the tractor lift off the ground. That's the only way it will allow it to release. But when you do that, as soon as it disconnects from the tractor, it's now clipped into the ground. I've had to reset it back to the store many times, so for now I'm just leaving it hooked up to the Agrostar. So yeah, mods. It really makes you appreciate a site like Simply Safe and FSUK, which is now unfortunately gone. But it was really nice to have sites that did not post any mod that was submitted, right? That actually took the time to review them and, I don't know, confirm that they were decent mods. I believe the policy Giants has is, as long as it's not stolen or nobody complains about it, and it doesn't break your game, they'll allow it. But there are a lot of mods that fall somewhere in between. They don't break your game. They're not stolen. They're just really awful mods. And even the mod hub, I think, lets too many of those go through. But they do test them, so they're putting some time into it, and I assume that means they just don't have enough time to test all the mods that are submitted to them for that type of quality. Whereas a site like Simply Safe, I think because they have so many less mods, let's line this up a little better. Less mods are submitted to them, and so they're able to take the time, spend the time, confirming that the mods they do post are legit. Or, I guess from another direction, before they'll post a mod, they do confirm that it's legit. Yeah, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Before we forget, let's put this on corn. I have forgotten. Many a time I have forgotten that and started to plant field with the wrong crop. So we're going to take this down to field 18 and get it going. And I think that will just about close out spring. Our grass will not mature either today or tomorrow. So the next time we'll have an opportunity to mow grass will be the first day of summer. That's the first day that it can be mature because everything is split into thirds. So first day of summer will be our next episode. We will come back and confirm that our pigs are either reproducing at that level that they're currently at. Let's open this. Either reproducing at the level that they are currently at, or that they have increased their output for summer. Let's hope. Let's hope. Start filling. All right. So we are filling fertilizer right now. All right. And when this is full, I'm curious if we can also fill seed. I know this tower right here, this seed and fertilizer storage was, I wouldn't say that it was like broken or dicey or anything. We'll pull out of the trigger and pull back in. But I know in V1, very often I had to put things on the ground, like unload into a trailer, dump the trailer on the ground. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for us. So we'll pull forward. Right about here. Let's, can we open the cover on the seed baskets? I don't think we can. I think it's just the one cover there. So we'll close that. We'll set the brake. Let's lower this thing. Like so. Leave that running. Great sound on that tractor. And let's hop, save game. Let's hop in here. And pick this up. Break off. It may let us dump seed directly into this bucket. If it did, that would be fantastic. If not, we'll grab that little trailer right there. Or the Unimog. Probably the Unimog would be better. We'll grab the Unimog, dump the grain into the Unimog, and then dump it on the ground. If we have to. Hopefully we don't. Oh, that's nice. You see that texture right there? It looks like there's a little, like moss or some kind of green growth in the yard. I've seen that before. Yards that have a lot of mud can get a little algae, little moss growing. Nice detail. Right. So we put this on and see what it lets us do. Right back over here. Don't hit the Fiat. And I'm going to lift this up, as you would in real life, I assume. And does it give us a trigger? It does. Fantastic. So we want seed. So we go up here. There we go. And I don't recall what that planter holds. I want to say 600 maybe? And I think this bucket is 600 as well. So we will... No. 700. Okay, 700 in the bucket. So let's see what this thing holds. We'll get this filled up, get it up to field 18 to get it started. And let's try these first. Nope. Let's try this. Up here? Nope. Sir? Cover? I mean, that front hopper is fertilizer. But you know this game isn't 100% accurate. Sometimes there's a little, you know what I mean? A little artistic license. It's just pixels, man. It's just a game. Alright, let's see what we get here. And there's your trigger. Okay. Cool. So the cover needs to be open, but yeah, it's sort of stylized. It's not 100% accurate. And that only took, I think about 300 liters. Okay, no problem. What I'll do is off camera as our Fiat is working, if it does run out of seed, I don't know that it will or not in that tiny little field, but if it does, we'll just take the AgroStar up to it rather than bringing it down here. So brake. Engine off. This thing's all ready to go. Oh, and hey, I have a question for you. I did get, when I bought this, I did add the option for silage additive and blades. Blades I get, right? Blades wear out, they need to be replaced. But this silage additive was like $4 grand. Do you know if this does anything? Does it increase the quality or amount of your silage? Can you sell it for more? I don't know what exactly that mod does. Or that add-on, that option when you select that. So I'm a little bit curious. Try not to run over our rooster. There you go. I like the detail, but it strikes me sometimes as strictly a cosmetic mod. You do need to refill the silage additive, but if it runs out, it's not like you need to stop your loading wagon and go reload it with silage additive. And I have never really seen it in any way that I can like quantify. I've never seen it increase the silage or what money you get for it or how productive it makes your cows. It'd be a great detail if it did, but if you have any info on that, do let me know, because as far as I know, it's just cosmetic. Right, how we doing on time? 17 minutes. Perfect. It's going to be a short episode. It won't be a full 30 minutes, but you know what? Sometimes you just run out of things to do on the farm. Next episode, grass. I mean, I think the only logical place to put that grass is in the bunker on the farm. Make silage and sell it at our little BGA that we own. If we took it to the compost master, well, first off, we don't need to make hay or silage out of it for animals because we don't have any animals that eat hay or silage. Secondly, compost master, we'd have to buy fuel for it, which would be thousands and thousands of pounds. And once we got that fuel in there and made compost, all we would be able to use it for is fertilizer. We wouldn't be able to sell it. I don't think. Hang on. Let's take a look here. We'll set the brake because we're going to be messing with course play. But can we sell compost on this map? That is manure. Wood chips. Maybe we can. That's compost, is it not? That might be compost right there. So maybe we can. Okay, manure we really can't sell for very much, but compost. Ooh. All right, that's something to think about. We may do that. Let's get course play going and we'll talk about it. So this is field 18. Is it not? Yep. So we go, I'm going to just confirm this. I always double click that, even though I don't have to. So we're going to say field 18. That's already set. Yep. Start here. Let's do, I don't want to do 3 headlands. Let's do 3 headlands just so our guy has enough room to turn. We don't have any islands here. Generate a course. Alright, and it's going to start us right in front. So we can just go here. Fertilizer function activated. Yes, we do want that. We want this to start at first waypoint. Brake is off. Drive course. Ridge markers deactivated. Stop when you're done. Yep, I think that's all good. So if we were to take our grass to the compost master, we'd have to buy fuel for it. Then when we were done, we would sell the compost for money, and that would be it. If we take our grass to the pit on the farm and then sell it at the DGA. We get money for it, less money. However, we get digestate for it, and we get fertilizer for it. So that could be the way to go. I don't know. We've only got those 3 small fields. I don't even know if it's worth it to split it half and half, but we'll figure it out in time. We'll sort out what it is that we want to do and go from there. So that's 20 minutes, and that's, unfortunately, on this small farm, that's all we've got to do today. Normally we do 3 things. Today we only did 2 things. But we'll pick up with grass work next time, and we'll see how things go from there. There you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is Agri OC. We'll see you next time. Take care now.